You're paralyzed, breathe your disguise. You feed on the lies that they tell you. Gotta break away from the numbing pain. Succumb to the rage that's inside you. You're hypnotized, demoralized. Believe every lie that they sell you. Stop channeling whatever will remain.
Bulls Radio Lounge. Bull and the Bartender Show. We are live broadcasting 25 feet down below in the bunker because of all this coronavirus. Welcome to the show, May 5th, 2020. I'm going to get Mark the Bartender and Jazz. I'm going to get them piped up. Make sure all of the hamsters are running. Make sure they're ready to go. Hopefully they're ready to go. Mark the Bartender and Jazz, are you guys, can you hear me? Are you guys ready to go?
I'm here.
What's that?
I'm here.
You're here?
I'm here.
There you go. Jazz, are you good to go?
Yeah, I've been here.
All right. Welcome, guys, to the show this another Tuesday. You guys, anything good going on for this week or what?
I'm about to eat painkillers. Hang on.
Oh, you're eating painkillers already?
Yep.
Jeez. How many have you had so far?
A lot.
A lot. 813-419-3602 is the phone number to call if you would like to chime in on the topics of conversation tonight. I think we're kind of going off with whatever how Mark is feeling with his back that's been killing him the last couple of days. Whatever he's so we might go an hour, weeks, days, however you want to,
Weeks?
What's that?
It's been weeks now, man.
Been weeks?
Yeah, dude.
So has it gotten any better since you found out what was going on?
I had another doctor's thing today, and the doctor said I have severe arthritis in my lower back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So where does that put you at?
Puts me at fucking hurting.
I can see that. I mean, I don't mean to laugh at you like, that's horrible. I'm just saying that's, I understand your pain.
Oh, I don't know. Oh.
I mean, so what is prognosis?
Prognosis is I gotta wait until next week because there's no physical therapy places that are taking new patients right now.
Oh, because all this Corona-19 stuff?
Yeah, so hopefully next week, like I have a massage scheduled for this week, like a deep tissue real deal.
Uh-huh.
So, and I went and got some like new painkillers, muscle relaxers / these one pills that are like a nerve deadener, basically, that's supposed to like make your sciatic not hurt. So,
when do you take those?
You're supposed to take them, I think, in the evening time, and then like in the morning, like it's a regular deal.
And just
he told me to eat like 2 leave in the morning, 2 leave at night, because those are anti-inflammatories basically.
Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, at
So
least you're getting, progress.
yeah, I mean it's some kind of progress, I guess.
It's better than nothing. I mean,
Yeah,
you
dude.
know.
Yesterday, man, like I almost crumbled a couple times. Like it
Did
was
you
a
really?
solid like 7 all day.
Well, that's not good at all.
No, it definitely was.
I mean, were you at work when this happened, or I mean, what
No,
happened?
luckily, man, I was off yesterday, but
Mm.
like I couldn't like stand up for longer than about 30 seconds without like feeling like somebody shot me in the ass with a big gun.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Hmm. Well, I
so
tell
I had
you,
that going for me, which is nice.
yeah, I tell you what, though, it's despite like what you're going through, I can't wait till this whole thing is over and I can come out of my bunker and we can get to, live back in the bar. You know what I mean? And just
Yeah,
and just be sort of a normal show like we used to be and have everybody, you and Jazz, back in the live studio, just hanging out, just being boys and relaxing and just chilling out.
I don't know,
Because
man. I feel like they're really rushing all this stuff.
you think so?
At least some people aren't opening up indoors. Like not everybody's just letting everything just go. How
I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I get it. I get the beach. I guess I don't know.
The beach thing, I feel like if you live over there, then yeah, like that's your
But
neighborhood.
I think they're regulating that pretty good though. They're not playing around with it. They got like extra. But I'm saying that's where all the extra cops are.
Yeah,
I, I
yeah,
don't
like
I
I
don't think
know
we're rushing
a
it too
couple of the
much.
restaurants around me are opening up. Like Big Ray's is opening up tomorrow.
Uh-huh.
Excuse me, for like outside eating because they have a big outside area.
I mean, I don't
But like,
I don't think they're rushing it too much, to be honest with you, because I think it's we have to get back to a normal economy. We have to get back to our normal everyday lives because we can't stay in this quarantine effect forever. It'll just destroy the economy.
well, I mean, I get that, but like, there's some of the stuff like gyms and like tattoo shops and stuff. Like, man, I mean, granted, dude, I would love to go get a new tattoo right
Well, so would
now, but
I.
like
Yeah.
that's not like high on my list as far as man, like I gotta go get like I
A
gotta go to the
tattoo.
gym, I gotta get a tattoo.
Right.
Like
I don't know.
that's
I
the most,
I
that's
think
the
that
most personal shit you could possibly
yeah.
do, basically. Like,
I really think that we should be opening it up as soon as we can because a lot of people who have sat there and sort of went over the fence. I was talking to Chewy Rocks the other day about this, and the discussion is that you have almost three sides to the fence of this thing. You have one side who is sort of, oh my God, the world is going to end, and everybody needs to stay hunkered down. You've got another side who is like, well, nothing really big. It's not going to be no bigger than the flu, and blah blah blah. Then you got some other people who are just don't care. And to me, I'm sort of on that fence where it's like, people are making it too big of a deal than it has to be. And, even producing a number that people can narc on people that are, doing what they normally do, trying to survive, because, I mean, look at all.
nah, there's one thing about like trying to survive, but there's a bunch of people that are having like house parties with like 100 something people inside their house, and like if you don't give a fuck, then like I get it, but like that's being dumb, dude.
But see,
For like the
for me,
majority.
I
One
don't
person
care.
has it, then that's getting spread.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
mean, but look at the other side of the fence, though. I mean, this thing's no bigger than a normal flu. And this thing is the popularity of this thing has grown so big that
The
every
normal flu.
yeah this
yeah, nah, man, nah.
I
Here's
don't
the
know how
shit of
many
it.
people that got the normal flu was every year. I don't know how many people are dying like this
I'm
because of the
saying
normal flu.
I'm saying the severity of it is no bigger than a normal flu. Any medical person you talk to will tell you the same thing. Like this thing is
But
no stronger than a normal flu.
like, there's like say there's 50,000 people that like die a year from the flu. Like, I get that, man. Like,
They're just trying to not spread it anymore. Trying to
yeah,
keep
but
it.
the other shit of it is you can go get a flu shot. They have
But that's only 50% chance
They
that it
have
works.
countless drugs, over-the-counter drugs that will fight flu, like cold symptoms, that kind of thing. They don't have anything that will fight like corona. Like you can't go to Walgreens and like, I want some Sudafed for corona.
Well,
Like,
because this thing is new. This thing is.
yeah.
I mean, you have
So
to
it's
expect that.
It's not the same. It's not like everybody's like, oh, it's the same shit as the flu. Like motherfucker, it is not, because the flu.
I didn't say it was the
you
same
go
thing as
deal
the
with
flu.
shit and get it over with.
I said
Like,
it was the almost bigger than the flu. I mean, take this for a fact for a little bit. In the 1920s, before they came out with these stronger pain meds like Advil and stuff like that, people had no idea what Advil was and Aleve
it was
was.
morphine,
morphine
and cocaine.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. So this is something new. So we're panicking over something that we have no idea what it's about, and that's what the problem is. When people panic over something, they don't understand what's going on, and they want something now.
Yeah.
But with people just sort of hunkering down, yeah, that may stop it. I agree with that. But the ensuing panic that comes along with it, and the people who are, tattletaling of, listen, to be honest with you, I don't care if you want to have a party of 100 people. Okay, I don't care if you want to do whatever it is.
That's fucking stupid. Man.
I'm trying to look after myself and my deals that I have to look after. But if you want to have a party, then okay, then do your thing. If I'm seeing people who are like oozing out of their eyes and nose and stuff like that within a week or 2 weeks, yeah, it's a concern. But if people who are 90 years old who have had the coronavirus and they're not sitting there and they're getting over it, within 2 weeks, all right,
okay,
then this thing is nothing more concerning than what it is. You know what I mean? And
was dropping like flies in nursing homes.
Well, that's but you also now hold on.
They dropping like flies in nursing homes.
But you also have to take in consideration the source you're getting the information from. Okay, take for example in New York, the people who are dying in New York, they were falsifying their deaths. All right, they were saying that the patients who were dying from coronavirus weren't really dying from coronavirus. They were dying from natural or unnatural symptoms, but they were saying they were coronavirus because they would get a bigger stimulus package from each patient. So
there's still a lot of nursing homes where they're dying. So,
because they're under one air conditioned system, so that thing is traveling from person to person inside a confined area. And plus, you have to look at the patient of what that end of the patient is, their case history, where they come from, what they do, what is their life history. Just because the news says it's 50,000 cases of coronavirus, and they're not reporting that it's a under 1% chance of a death rate. They're just reporting of what you see it now, and that's what's making the panic in the population.
I'm not panicked, but I'm still not stupid.
No, and I'm not either. I'm looking at it on a realistic point of view.
Yeah, well, you see, but how many dumbasses are there out there? There's plenty.
Oh yeah, there is. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's.
So when you got a bunch of dumbasses that will keep spreading, then what?
Yeah, I mean, because there's even people who have it that have no symptoms whatsoever, and they. What's
the
that?
Asymptomatic people are the fucking worst, man, because those are the ones that, they don't have any symptoms, and like all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, like.
But then, around everybody in groups.
But that's what I'm saying. So you couldn't even have it, and you could spread it to somebody else and not even know about it, or you could have it, get over it, think if it's a little bit bigger than the flu, and that's about it. So I don't know. It's. Like I said, it's a very
just like everything else. Stupid people are ruining it for people that really need to go back to work. That's true. That's how it's always going to be.
That is very true. I mean, stupid people do stupid things, and they want to, and if you want,
this is one of the wrong things to be stupid on.
Yeah, I mean, I guess for me, I'd have to see people who are like collapsing and dying, like 2 or 3 weeks after they get this type or a virus, like this.
Well, I mean, there are people that are doing that. You're not seeing it because they're not walking around in like Joe fucking Public. They're not in like Publix and like, oh my god, I got fucking COVID and fall out dead.
But but also too, how many hospitals are reporting them accurately too? You know what I mean? Like
I feel like U.S. hospitals are because they're regulated a lot more hardcore than like.
Well, that's why I just said the New York in hospitals in New York, they weren't doing that. They're reporting patients who have died either of natural causes or whatever other symptoms the patients had despite the coronavirus. They're reporting that they had the coronavirus just to get an extra stimulus, package for each patient. Because
I haven't gotten my fucking check, so fuck y'all.
No,
like, I don't know what, man.
No. I'm saying that they would get an extra like $3,000 per patient if they report they died of coronavirus.
My
grandmother
got a check.
Oh no, Tony's mom got a check.
Yeah.
Mom said Tony's mom, who's been like,
who's died.
My stepfather's mother, who like was 103 and died last year.
Uh-huh.
I talked to my mom today. She said that they got a fucking stimulus check for Alice.
And I got one for my family. She passed, 2 years ago?
Yeah, like she's been dead for like at least like 6-7 months, and my mom got a check yesterday for like her dead mother-in-law.
Oh, really?
Kind of shit, like.
Yeah, did you get your stimulus check, both of you guys, or no?
No, dude.
No. Jazz, did you get yours?
I'm a business owner.
Oh, okay. I mean, but you didn't get one besides being a business owner?
No.
No. Huh. I don't know. I think I got mine a couple weeks ago. So.
Yeah, I didn't get mine for shit.
Really?
Like, I mean, luckily I'm doing all right where I ain't got to worry about it, but still, it was like fucking really. Like everybody else I know has gotten their shit. So.
Are they just behind, or are they just sort of lacking?
There was some of it that was like if like I don't remember if I did my direct deposit numbers on my
on your
return last year,
right.
And like that had something to do with it. If you had direct deposit, it was supposedly like a lot quicker than like normal. But
okay, so it might be still coming though.
Yeah, I fucking hope so, man.
Yeah. Yeah, I put mine in the bank and just sort of saved it, for a rainy day or something like that. You know what I mean?
Shit, we're gonna pay for physical therapy and some fucking and bait.
And bait.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people are like using that to spend, big flat screen TVs, all this other stuff, and
I'm not gonna lie, I'm probably ordering like the PlayStation buttons. Controllers for my motorcycle, like getting rid of all my turn indicators and all that shit.
Okay, so you're gonna high tech up your bike, huh?
Yeah, there's a couple things that like I've been wanting to buy, kind of thing, where like if I get this fucking check, like I might stimulate the fucking American economy.
Gotcha. Get your
to the tune of like $100.
Are you gonna put lights on your bike at all, or no? Like LED lights?
Get the fuck out of here, man.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I see a lot of those bikes like that. I don't know if you're into all that. Come on.
Nah, dude. There's no LEDs that are going on my shit. This is actually like it's the buttons. They're gonna replace like my starter and my kill switch and like my turn indicators and all that shit. But it's gonna be like 4 buttons that control everything. So it cleans up your handlebars all nice and pretty.
Gotcha.
Like,
so you make it look a little bit neater, huh?
Yeah, because. Yeah. It's a busy cockpit in there, man. I'm a big guy, so if I can get rid of some of this stuff, it'll totally help. Like,
yeah, I've seen your bike. You got a very nice bike. Although you have probably like a whole garage full of bikes too. From one of the pictures.
Yeah.
Are those?
I can't ride shit right now, man. I can barely fucking like. I went over there today and actually started it and just like ran some gas through it, but.
Was it rough? Just trying to try to get on it, or?
I haven't tried. Like, okay. I was doing some yoga last night that was basically like the same position that I would be like my knees and my back would like be in.
Right.
Just testing it, and like I could do it. Like,
it's just sore and rough.
It's mainly after, like,
really?
And I don't know how much. Like, this thing is really weird, dude. Like, it's all in like my nerves. Like my left leg feels like it's been flexed for like 4 weeks straight.
Oh, and you can't straighten it out?
I can straighten it, but it feels like so your gluteus maximus, which is your butt muscle basically.
Right.
is one of the biggest muscles in your whole entire body, and it runs from like your butt cheek down the back of your leg almost to your like ankle, basically.
Right.
So like that's the muscle that's been flexed because of my sciatic nerve runs down the same side as that. So like this giant, like, you guys know how big I am, dude. So like this muscle is probably like 4 foot long. And it's been flexed for 4 weeks straight, like tight.
And it's been tight and sore and can't move it.
Yeah, it feels like I'm getting ready to pull a hamstring like every time I like get in the car or like bend my leg kind of thing.
Does it get numb at all, or?
I mean, it's actually like once I stand up and I'm standing up, it's tolerable. But like in that position where your legs like you know, kind of like that, like on like a couch kind of thing. Dude, it's bad. Or like when you're driving, you know how your leg kind of hangs down, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah, man, it's like getting stabbed in the ass with a fucking knife.
With a hot red poker knife type of deal.
You can call it hot and red if you want to. It just feels like a fucking knife.
Speaking of that, did you hear about that new murder wasp that they found in North America?
Them big ass hornets.
Yeah.
Dude, is that for real? Because I've been seeing shit on social media.
Shit is for real.
Now, Jazz, you own a lawn maintenance service. Have you? What's that?
I mean, I've been stung by yellow jackets.
Have you ever seen anything that big when you've been doing the lawns?
No, because those aren't normal.
Okay. I mean,
how big are they saying these things are?
They're about as big as a matchbox. About almost 2 inches long.
But they in like Washington. They ain't over here.
Yeah, they're in Washington D.C. I think. But they're pretty big. I mean, the stinger on them are like, you know, almost an inch and a quarter. You know, and they go in. What's that?
They showed one that took out a rat. Supposedly, it might have been one.
Yeah, they're big, mean. They chop off like the heads of the bees. I've seen a video on them, and they'll come and invade a bee's nest, you know, a beehive, and they'll go in there and they'll just like chomp their heads off.
Game of Thrones style.
Yeah.
Have they had a mad wasp fight an Africanized bee yet? Like, do we know like how bad they are from that? Because I know about African bees, and them motherfuckers were badass.
Yeah, they had a big old Africanized thing here in Florida, I think, one time.
No, we had dude. Like we had African bees out at the place that I worked before where I work now.
Yeah, out there.
Yeah, and it was like them bitches were gnarly, dude. Like they would like hit the fucking truck you were in.
Yeah, like one sting. If you get one sting from a Africanized bee, you get like 40 or 50, maybe even 100 bees on you.
Massacre in the honeycomb.
Here's the story.
There were dead bees all over the front of the hive, all over the bottom board, and they all had all been chopped to bits. They were decapitated.
Beekeeper Ted McFall says he went to check on a hive one morning in November and found an entire colony destroyed. 60,000 honeybees torn apart in a savage attack. About a month later, the alleged attacker was revealed. This Asian giant hornet found in Blaine, Washington, just a couple miles.
This guy has got the wasp like in his front index finger and his thumb. He's holding it by the wing, okay? And the head on it almost looks cartoonish, and even when they've been zooming on the picture just for a little bit, it's so big that you could see the hair standing up on the body of the wasp.
Why don't you show it on our screen? I'm watching it on YouTube when you put it up there.
I haven't got that technology yet, so
God damn it.
I know.
From McFall's property.
And all it takes is a couple dozen of the Asian giant hornets to show up and start lopping off heads.
Dubbed the murder hornet for its powerful sting and the way it decapitates its prey, this is the first time the world's largest hornet has been seen in the U.S. In its native Asia, Vespa mandarinia is notorious. Seen on programs like Netflix's 72 Dangerous Animals. Washington State entomologist Chris Looney says the clock is ticking.
This guy is holding it in his hand between his index finger and his thumb, and he's pushing it, and you can see the jaws just opening it up, and it's got to be at least a quarter of an inch space in between the two jaws.
Is it as big as, I know Jazz has probably seen these, man, but the velveteen ants?
Are those ones that if one bite and you're like down for the count?
Like the ant is like as big as like your fingernail to your first joint, maybe bigger on like your fingers. It's like an orange and black ant. They have them up there in like Pasco, man. When I worked for the engineering company, when we would do jobs, they were all over up there in like the sand. But it's called a velveteen ant, and it was at least 1 inch long and like maybe like a 1/4 inch wide. Like it was the biggest. Like
I've never seen that giant ant. I'm glad I have it.
dude.
Yeah. Ants. I don't know what if a giant ant. I'm good on that.
Yeah, go on your iPad and like Google this thing, man. Like they're out there, especially where your home base is. Like that's where we would see them all the time out there. Like it's this big orange and black ant, and that bitch is like half the size of your finger.
Now, do they make mounds like fire too?
Velvet or velveteen? Like it's big and it's orange and it's got black on it. Like
I think it's a velvet ant.
A velvet ant?
The goal is to eradicate it now while the population is presumably small.
If he and his colleagues can't wipe out the invaders this summer, they're likely to multiply and spread across the country with potentially disastrous consequences. They're counting on the public to help trap and track hornets back to their nests.
They have a 1-year life cycle, and so every year...
So every year they produce at least about another 20 to 25 little baby wasps, and then they have a 1-year life cycle. So you're saying, so they're probably predicting about within about a couple of years, you could probably have at least 1,000 to 2,000 of these murder wasps.
Oh man,
yeah.
We can keep it from reproducing. Then we win.
Wait till they get to the Everglades.
What's that?
Wait till they get to the Everglades.
Oh, it's going to be down for the count when they do that.
Pose a threat.
I don't know. I'm all about, dude. One of my most favorite things, like at like work, is taking a couple cans of badass wasp spray and going and walking around and just shooting a wasp and killing wasps.
Yeah,
like, I love that shit.
When I used to work at Busch Gardens, we'd clean out the entertainment warehouse over there, right? And they'd have props over there that's been there for like years, okay? And we'd have to call the maintenance people because we weren't allowed to kill the wasps in our nest, right? So
really?
No, that it was a policy they had because we had to call the maintenance people on the radio to do it. You know what I mean? So they'd come over there and they'd bring this stuff called I don't know if you ever heard about it, called Wasp Freeze, right?
Yep.
And Jazz, I don't know if you ever heard it before either, but basically it's in a very powerful industrial strength hairspray. And what it does is when you spray it on the wasp or the insect or whatever, it doesn't kill them at all. It just makes them like freeze and stick, and they die in that position that they were when they got sprayed on. And these things were at least about 200 strong when we would find them.
Humans. Adventurer and YouTube personality Coyote Peterson.
So you remember that guy Coyote Peterson that we talked about a while back, where where you get bit by animals?
Yeah.
Well, he's gotten bit by one. He actually put one on his skin, and he let this murder wasp sting him.
Yeah, fuck that.
And tracked one down in Japan.
Would you try that?
Murder? Nah, man.
And to demonstrate how painful their sting can be.
Searing pain!
A few dozen stings can be fatal.
He put it on his forearm, and his forearm has a big, giant softball-like mound on it right now.
Asian giant hornets kill around 30 to 50 people a year, and while Japanese bees have evolved to create self-defense systems, North American bees have no idea how to fight an alien predator like this. Bee Lives Matter expert.
It almost looks like Predator in the face, to be honest with you. Remember Predator?
I'm all about torching them bitches, dude.
Yeah, eradicate them. Get them out of here.
Say not just for honey, but the entire food system.
The pollination that honeybees do for our food supply cannot be understated. I mean, there's so many fruits and vegetables that are dependent on honeybees.
In other words, a threat to the bee is a threat to you and me. For Today, Joe Fryer, NBC News, Los Angeles.
So we've got, in 2020, we have the coronavirus, we have killer, wasps. We have, what else has happened this year so far?
Wait until fucking what do you call it, man? Hurricane's coming.
I heard about that. It's supposed to be the biggest or the worst hurricane seasons thus far.
It's all fucking jerk my cock, man. That's just trying to make it. That's all just trying to make it fucking
too much.
Death when everything's coming.
Those things are unpredictable.
Yeah,
I'm not stressing that till that shit happens.
I mean, that's actual nature. That's something that, like, all right, we know, like, a fucking week out, 2 weeks out. Like,
I know I heard a while back that the government was trying to produce something about where these planes would fly into the hurricanes and drop this sort of mist into the hurricane itself to kind of maneuver them or disperse the hurricane or something like that.
You see this right here? That's what I'm thinking about. That. Let me put something in the middle of that hurricane and disperse it.
Disperse it all out there.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think that shit, man. The only way I think you could like disperse a hurricane is if you dump like a ton of fucking ice down the middle of it.
Oh really? Yeah. Well, you think that would work?
Well, I mean, hurricanes are based off of water temperature and hot water. So if they cross a whole bunch of cold water, it's gonna knock it down some.
The what does it call it? The what do they call the decibel level? Not decibel level, but I don't know what the millibars, is that what they use to measure?
The millibars, yeah. but it basically goes off of like water temperature. Like that's why when they get down towards like Cuba, like the Bahamas,
that
water is real warm. So unless you flew like 10 of these giant tanker planes and dumped ice in them motherfuckers.
So they have to soak up all that warm water, right?
Yeah, you'd have to drop the water temperature at least 10 to 15 degrees.
Now, do you think a couple years ago when Charlie was supposed to hit Tampa, like come at the mouth of the bay, right?
Yeah.
Do you think that would have been like the worst hurricane on record for Tampa? Did I lose you? Hello, come back. Jazz, you there? I think I just lost him. See, that's what happens when you're in the bunker 25 feet down. You sort of lose the signal, and you lose the crew, and you lose everything that goes on. Stand by. I'm going to try to get these guys back on the connection. Let me see what I can do. Let me see if I can type them. Let's see. The connection got lost. Let me see if I can get back. Stand by. Sorry about that. We were so in a God. I hate this. This is why I want to get out of the bunker and do a live show and do this and go back and see what we can do with this, because the problem with being in the bunker and having things with the hamsters and all that stuff like that is that sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't, and we have to sit there and do it all over again and come back, and hopefully we get Mark back on the phone and see what happens. But we're talking about hurricanes and the killer wasp and the murder wasp and all that stuff like that. So we'll get them back shortly. Let me take a break real quick, and when we come back, until I get them up here again, we'll talk some more and get them back going. Let me just set up some music real quick. Oh, here we go. What's going on? Let's see. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Let me see what happens. I don't know. Mark's still doing his thing. Let me just go to a break real quick. When we come back, just stand by. We will have more from Mark the Bartender, Jazz. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to set up for music and it's not working so well. Sorry about that. Thank you to our 3 viewers that were on and are listening to us. Man, this just sucks. Sorry about that, folks. This is just something that was not expected. I don't know what's going on. I can't get anybody going. Let me just see. I'll be right back. Just stand by for a moment, and We'll come back with more of the Bull and the Bartender show. Just stand by just for a second. If I can get this stuff to play.
Always forgive me, ride or die with me. That's just what gangsters do. I'm fucked up, I'm black and blue. I'm built for all the abuse. I got secrets that nobody knows.
your feet. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. Boom, 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 boom. Bang, 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 bang. I love the way you walk. And I love the way you talk.
On the Bartender Show. Welcome back. May 5th. I hope I got the connections fixed. Thank you to all the 3 viewers who are watching the show. Bulls Radio Lounge, Bull and the Bartender Show. Give us a call, 813-419-3602. Hopefully that works. We were discussing why we're on a short commercial break, how a lot of the problems that is happening once you're in the 25-foot bunker underground, you have to make sure all the hamsters are working, all the hamsters are fed. And sometimes you have technical issues that you have to fix on the fly. So I'm hoping this whole coronavirus bullshit gets fixed. That way we get back into the bar and we could do a live show properly.
It's still fucked up in the bar, too.
It's not as bad as one might think, though.
I gotcha.
It's just, to be honest with you, it's aggravating when you're trying to do a show and trying to make it, sound really good and everything, you don't want to work right and all this other jazz, and you're trying to get things going and you have a good conversation, a good, things that are going well, and all of a sudden the connection
Your
to
shitty internet takes shit.
Well, it's the same internet you got.
My shit works all right.
Yeah, but you're not. But you're not running like 4 different computers there, bud.
It doesn't matter. That's what I pay the big. That's what I pay the giant Spectrum bill for, so I can run 4 computers.
Yeah, you don't want to hear the Spectrum day that I had. That was
I'm not a Spectrum fan.
Oh, I'm not a Spectrum fan either.
But
there's no choice either. I don't like satellite.
What's that?
There's really no choice because I don't know. I guess it's Frontier now. Frontier was worse. Frontier build you for stuff you didn't even know about.
The satellite thing, man. I don't think it's not for down here, man. Like,
well, like today.
I had it. If you're around a lot of trees, you're good.
Yeah, my cable box went out last night at like 9:00. I don't know about you guys, but when I sleep, I like to have the TV on. I like something running. I like to have some sort of audio going, so I'm not sleeping in like silence and darkness. But it crapped out yesterday.
Wait.
What's that?
Wait.
What?
Is it a sound thing, or I gotta have a nightlight on?
No, it's I guess it is a sound thing because
Nightlight.
What's that?
Nightlight. This is cool, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I have a night bathroom, but that's because I get blinded when I turn the real light on. Like,
I don't know.
I like the TV on too.
Yeah,
I'll at least put. I'll go to sleep with music or a TV. For me, just because more. I don't know. I'm a light sleeper.
Right.
So I need to get at least into sleep.
I guess I'm so used to and accustomed to having the TV on that if it's not on at night, even like at 10 volume, it sort of bothers me. Call it OCD or whatever you want to call it. But in any case, so it crapped out yesterday. It went through like, it started with the letter H and then it went through like 000, then went up to 999. So I had to go down to the Spectrum place, change out the box, got the box home, installed it. Right, and then the power pack wouldn't work, so I had to go take the power pack back, and then I got a new one that wouldn't work, so I took the whole box back to the store, got a whole brand new box, and now it finally works. So I spent about 2 hours trying to fix the goddamn thing, just to get cable running.
Did you get HBO for free after all that? I hope.
No. they went off your shit. They just
That's where you fucked up.
they just sort of smile at you and go, "Sorry about your luck, kid. Get the fuck out of the office."
Yeah. Hey, man, where did you get that picture for the Bulls gimmick with the Squire guitar?
What do you mean?
Like, there's a picture on our deal with like 2 of the Bulls Radio Lounge things.
Are you talking about the live shot?
Yeah, are you jerking off?
You talking about the live shot?
Yeah, the like still shot. Whose guitar is that?
That's mine.
That's your Squire?
Yeah.
What kind of a Squire is it?
It's let's see. It's
Is it like a Strat, like mine?
It's
like
it's
the
a Strato. It's a Strato coaster.
Say that again so I can laugh my ass
Strato Stratocaster? Is that what it's called?
There you go. That's better.
Yeah.
Strato coaster.
Well, I just whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
You ever play it?
If I knew how, sure.
Man, that's a bit by itself. I should give you guitar lessons on our show.
That would be funny. We should do that.
I'm gonna teach you 1 chord.
Like
1 chord per show.
I have to get a string for it because one of the strings, I was trying to tune it the other day, and one of the strings popped up, so I have to get it's one of the very, very thin string, the very last one. It's
the little E?
Yeah, it's an electric guitar. So
yeah, it's a little E string.
Yeah. But yeah, I have no problem, bringing it over and, you teaching me a few chords and all that stuff. I wouldn't mind learning how to play it. I don't know if my fat fingers would be able to do the neck, but,
Nah, but I bet you know somebody who, man, any kind of kids, man. Get them to rock.
Get them to rock out?
Get them to rock.
So, yeah, I mean, well, if we ever get back to the bar again, then we'll be able to do that live.
My Corona.
So let me ask you this: do you think we'll be able to get back to the bar by next week?
I doubt it. It's probably gonna be at least another 2 weeks.
Really?
Yeah, because opening up is still a touchy subject.
Even if it's just us 3?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. You're not putting me on the spot, but yeah.
Well, I'm asking you because you're the bar owner, so I mean,
Yeah.
even if you open up the bar just for the 3 of us, and we just sort of keep our social distancing, away, you know what I mean? And then we're just sort of sitting there at the bar, just sort of chilling out, just doing our show like we usually do. I mean, Jazz, would you be opposed to that? Jazz, you there?
I'm sorry, man. That's not my decision.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. Would you be opposed to come out to the bar, hopefully next week or maybe the week after?
I mean, I gotta make sure I pass the health code, and I gotta clean everything up before. So yeah. I mean, I'm about it here some point soon, but I'm not rushing it.
Okay.
I got other investors in the bar who are
who are touchy.
Take your time, make sure it's right.
Gotcha. So you're still sort of quarantining everything until the investors are sort of clear.
Until they're satisfied. We just gotta kind of keep this ship going.
Gotcha.
Plus, to be honest with you, I don't think I can sit behind the drum set right now.
Oh, really? Well, what happens if I give you?
Ass,
Can I give you the chair that I sit in, and that way you'd be a little bit more comfortable?
I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I just know, man, sitting in that chair right now is probably gonna be really fucking bad.
Well, I
might
would
have to stand up during it.
You gonna stand up the whole 2 hours when we do the show?
Well, we might not be doing it for fucking 2 hours. I'll tell you that. Dude, I love this shit. Have you seen, man, Taco Bell's got the taco bar to go thing?
No, I haven't seen that one. Are they doing that in the stores?
Yeah, dude. It was like taco kits for 6 people, man. Like a big plastic like 12-inch plastic to-go bucket of like diaper meat, lettuce, all your shit. Like, man, it was
like a
like
family
taco
meal
kit.
type of thing.
Yeah, it was a total Taco Bell taco kit, like for the take home.
Did you order some or no?
Fuck no, man. I went and got sushi tonight, dude.
How was the sushi?
Oh man, I'll send you pictures. We can put it up because I want to support the locals.
The local restaurants?
Yeah, man. Sakana came through strong. Like,
did you see where California there was people protesting to open up the beach? Like hundreds and almost 300 or 400 people out there?
So I had a Zoom interview or a Zoom meeting with, excuse me, it was my mom's birthday last week, but like my mom's from California, and like all my cousins and everybody are still out there, so I got to like talk to them for the first time in a long time, and like California's different, dude. Like, I mean,
well, you would think that California would be a little more snowflaked out and trying to, keep bunkered down.
Some of it, but like, if the numbers are right, kind of thing coming out of California, like I get why they were like, oh yeah, fuck it, I mean, not like fuck it, but like we'll start opening up a little bit of shit here and there, like.
Yeah, I mean, I think they should. I mean, I think they should like start opening up, pretty much everything, every couple weeks, Start.
Nah, man, you can't open up everything, dude. Like, titty bars aren't gonna open back up. Fucking massages, haircut shit is questionable enough, man. Because I mean, even if like my barber that I go to, man, like he's got the blue shit that he sanitizes. He'll like dip everything, and he's always spraying you with alcohol and stuff. But like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not in any hurry to go like do that shit.
So that way you're not catching the coronavirus.
Yeah, dude. I just don't, man. There's enough of it still out there, and all it takes is like one person to like go by you and fucking talk to you, basically, or sneeze on you, or just like whatever, man. Like, I don't know. I'm not a germaphobe at all, dude. I will stick my hand in the middle of a pile of dog shit and not even worry about it. Like.
So hold on, you would stick your head in a pile of dog shit and not even worry about it, but you're more nervous about the coronavirus. That's not as powerful as what people may think.
Yeah.
That makes sense. And there it is again. Lost the connection. I don't know if these guys are talking or not, but I can't hear anything on my side of the fence. And this is what happens. I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I really don't. This is just beyond me, and I don't know. Guys, if you can hear me, I've got a frozen up screen, and I can't hear you at all. But if you can hear me, at least text me or something before I. Are you there? Hello? Nothing? Yeah, I can't hear nothing. I got nothing at all. This whole thing has frozen up. And I have got nothing on the screen, nothing for nothing. I don't know. Let me see. Frozen again. I don't know. It's popping in and out, and I'm getting splotchy. This is the kind of thing that, like I talked about earlier, is when I wanted to, usually when we do a live show and we do it live in the bar, things, we were really loosey-goosey with this show. And, I try to make it as professional as possible. I try to make it to where, we sound really good and we're talking about good stuff, make it funny. And, I may not know a whole lot of stuff, and I try to play it up. I don't know a whole lot of stuff, But then when stuff like this happens, technical stuff that's beyond my control, and we get into a good conversation, because we're sort of at, we're kind of the show that everybody wants to hear about, and we're pretty popular on YouTube, and Twitch and Facebook and stuff like that. But then again, when we do shows like this to where, we're hunkered down and we have nothing else going, it sort of makes things a little bit worse, because now I can't sit there and talk to the guys that I need to talk to in order to do the show. So I'm gonna try this other thing and see what happens, and then go on from there, and see what goes on. And then maybe I can, work something out to where it doesn't happen again, maybe for another show. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. I got to figure it out, because this is just insane that this is going on. So let's see what happens. Trying to call him to see if maybe I can get him on the phone. Mark the bartender, we're trying to call him. See what happens. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to go on. Everything keeps on freezing up. Maybe he's not answering. I don't know. Maybe I got too much stuff opened up on this one computer. Who knows? We've already lost one viewer. Trying to keep this thing afloat. Of course he's not answering his phone. Why wouldn't he? Trying to call him. I don't know. All right, while he's not answering his phone, I'm going to try to see if I can get back on Skype and see what happens. Yeah, nobody's around. Story of my life. Let me see. I don't know. So tired of having connection lost between the co-hosts and I, trying to get things back going to where they were. And this is what happened. So while I'm getting them back on the phone, a lot of different stories that I had was, one of them was ESPN 8, the Ocho. ESPN 2 sort of does this thing like once a year from like The Purge. And what they do is they sit there and they play like a 24-hour deal, to where they find these like little news stories and clips and people of like kicking balls with fire and all this stuff like that. So it says in here, as most sports have been canceled and postponed during the coronavirus pandemic, ESPN revived the Ocho on Sunday. The Ocho began in 2017 as a homage to the fictional ESPN 8 channel featured in 2004 movie Dodgeball, a true underdog story. The network transforms its ESPN2 channel to air a slew of real but obscure competitions for 24 hours. Although the Ocho usually airs in August, ESPN said it was reviving the special programming using past events when you need it the most. Now, one of the things that I found really cool was that they were actually having what's called, if you ever skipped rocks along, the river or a lake or something like that, people are now doing the athletes of yesterday being showcased. They were skipping rocks along the beach as a competition. Skipping rocks. That's what they were doing. So yeah, that is an actual competition. And then also I've seen to where you can do what is it called? The thing with the oh crap, what is it? The board and the bean bags. I can't remember what it's called. Where you sit there and you cornhole. They have it's a cornhole competition, and you can actually do it. You can do cornhole for the competition. I'm sorry. I'm trying to. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. This whole thing is just. This is why. We need to get back in the studio and do this, properly and go on from there. Let me see if I can get Mark back on the phone. I'm trying to connect back with him. All right. Let me stand by for him. I want to play some music real quick, and I'll be back in a minute. Let's do this. Let me see if I can play this.
Through the flame, I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. Pain. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain. I'm a sucker for pain. I got the squad tatted on me from my neck to my ankles. The pressure from the man got us all in rebellion. We gon' go to war, yeah, without failure. Do it for the fam, dog. 10 toes down, dog. Love and the loyalty, that's what we stand for. Alienated by society. All this pressure give me anxiety. Walk slow through the fire. Like who gon' try us? Feeling the world go against us. So we put the world on our shoulders. I torture you. Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. Pain. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain.
I've been at it with my homies, it don't matter, you don't know me. I've been rolling with my team, we the illest on the scene. I've been riding around the city with my squad. I've been riding around the city with my squad. We just posted getting crazy, living like this is so amazing. Hold up, take a step back when we roll up, cause I know what. We've been loyal, we've been fan, we the ones you're trusting. Won't hesitate to go straight to your head like a concussion. I know I've been busting, no discussion for my family. No hesitation through my scope, I see my enemy like what's up, hold up, we finna reload up. Yes, I reload up, I know what up, I know what up.
I torture you. Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm a slave to your games. Pain. I wanna chain you up. I wanna tie you down. I'm just a sucker for pain.
Devoted to destruction, a full dosage of detrimental dysfunction. I'm dying slow, but the devil trying to rush me. See, I'm a fool for pain. I'm a dummy, might cut my head off right after I slit my throat. Tongue kiss a shark, got jealous bitches up in the boat, eating peanut butter and jellyfishes on toast. And if I get stung, I get stoked. Might choke like I chewed a chunk of charcoal. Naked in the North Pole, that's why my heart cold, full of sorrow. A lost soul, and only Lord knows when I'm coming to the crossroads. So I don't fear shit for tomorrow. And I'm a sucker for pain, it ain't nothing but pain. You just fucking complain, you ain't tough as you claim. Just stay up in your lane, just don't fuck with Lil Wayne. I'ma jump from my plane or stand in front of a train, cause I'm a sucker for pain.
Used to doing bad, now we feel like we just now getting there. Ain't got no other way, so we started and finished it.
No pain, no gain. Never stand down, made our own way. Never going slow, we pick up the pace. This is what we wanted from a young age.
No emotion, that's what business is. Lord have mercy on the witnesses.
Take my hand through the flame. I torture you. I'm just a sucker for pain. More pain got me begging, 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 begging for more pain. Got me begging, 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 begging for more pain. Got me begging, 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 begging.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way, from where we began.
You know, we started.
Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again.
I'll tell you.
When I see you again.
First you both go out your way and the vibe is feeling strong, and what's small turn to a friendship turn to a bond, and that bond will never be broken, the love will never get lost. And when brotherhood come first, then the line will never be crossed. Established it on our own when that line had to be drawn, and that line is what we reach, so remember me when I'm gone. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
Let the light guide your way. Yeah. Hold every memory as you go, and every road you take will always lead you home. Oh, it's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
I need a gangster to love me better than all the others do. To always forgive me, ride or die with me. That's just what gangsters do. I'm fucked up, I'm black and blue, I'm built for all the abuse. I got secrets that nobody knows. I'm good on that pussy shit. I don't want what I can get. I want someone with secrets that nobody knows. I need a gangster to love me better than all the others do. to always forgive me, ride or die with me. That's just what gangsters do. My freakness is on the loose and running all over you. Please take me to places that nobody knows. You got me hooked up on the feeling. You got me hanging from the ceiling. Got me up so high I'm barely breathing. So don't let me down, let me down, let me down, let me go. I need a gangster to love me better, better, baby. All the others do, they do. To always forgive me, ride or die with me. That's just what gangsters do.
Bulls Radio Lounge. So I just got off the phone with Mark the bartender with a conference call with Jazz. So I'm going to try something different. I'm going to try something new tomorrow. I do apologize for any issues that for the people who have listened to the show. Thank you so much for listening. So I'm going to try something a little bit different. Start doing some more testing. Like I said, when you're 25 feet in the bunker, sometimes that hinders the hamsters. You know, we try to keep them fed. We try to keep them moving. Try to keep them fresh and alive. So I'm going to be diligently working on that tomorrow and see if I can fix it, because pretty much I have to fix it on my own and try to figure it out. So, in other words, I think probably the best for the show to kind of pull the nose up on this show is I think we just sort of say goodbye. We did roughly about an hour, minus all the technical issues. Thank you so much for joining us on the show. Thank you so much for listening to 3 viewers that we had, all the viewers on YouTube. Thank you to Mark and Jazz for joining us via Skype that didn't work worth a shit. Thank you to Chewy Rocks. I mean, we had a very good conversation, but we just sort of, the connection crapped out. So I guess I wouldn't say it'd be Skype's issue. It'd be more like the stupid wireless problem that we had. With the Spectrum wireless that, ain't worth. I mean, you see all these people who are on board and online with like the news channels, which have, a little bit more higher powered, transmitters and stuff like that. And we're sort of collecting our hamsters and our rats to make sure that we're sort of getting things going and working. So next week I'm gonna try to get things going and get things working again. So I do appreciate you listening and tuning in. So I'm gonna leave you with this. We're gonna end the show and sort of come back strong. Hopefully next Tuesday. It's been a long day. Without you, my friend. 2020 has brought a long list of things that were not sort of expected and not sort of you don't really think about what's going to happen. So go out there, even if you're out there working hard, out there at a construction site or whatever you're doing, make sure you say hello to your relatives, your parents, everything. Just like my buddy Flacco that had died a couple years ago. There was another death in the family just yesterday. Sad thing that happened was, had a cousin that had died, knew him for a long time. So, his mom had died a couple years ago, and now at 49, good friend, good family member, worked with me a lot back in the day, back in the Rooms to Go days. So, my friend, you are at home and at peace, and I thank you for that. Had to watch you yesterday on FaceTime. Pull the tubes out, and then subsequently die, pass away 16 minutes later. So, the guy was, very intelligent, very smart, very nice guy. Traveled a lot, lived in the Plant City a lot. Can't thank him enough. He's been in my life, my brother's life for a long time, and I thank you for that. Get the shirt off your back for you. That's how good this guy is. So thank you so much, my friend. You are now with your mom, and one day we'll meet again. And thank you for everything that you've done in this world as you pass on to the next life. So this is for you, my friend. Bull and the Bartender Show, Bulls Radio Lounge. Think of the Chewy Rocks. We'll see you next week.
Without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all